Shalom and welcome to Mitzvah Torah. This year is entitled, it is official. The World Health Organization has declared one addicted to video games as having a disease. It's an unbelievable step forward and a very sad testimony where the world is at. The World Health Organization is a very, very important body. It is what represents 191 countries around the world, and it goes in and declares what's considered to be an actual disease. There's a lot of ramifications. It gives official guidelines how to treat the disease, what the symptoms of the disease are, and of course it affects the insurance companies, whether a doctor could go ahead and charge an insurance company for treating a patient with this disease. If it's not a disease, then it's going to be a lot harder to get any money from the insurance companies. This is a big step forward. What exactly is the statement? So here is in the last few months. This is from June 24, 2018, World Health Organization says video game addiction is a disease. And here are the facts. In the latest edition, International Classifications of Diseases, released, the United Nations agency concluded that people whose jobs, educations, family, or social lives have been upended by video games probably meet the criteria for a new form of addiction called gaming disorder. They just have to get to that game. So when do we differentiate between have to as a taiva, a desire, and when this is not just a desire, this is an addiction, this is a disease. So it gives a criteria. If anyone has 5 of these criteria, then that's a serious problem. So he says that obviously the general issue is when someone has significant issues with function, they can't function because they're so addicted to this game or whatever game it may be. A new game to hit the world is in March 2018 called Fortnite Battle Royale, $223 million in March alone, and that's the big phenomena that has taken over the world. Athletes and everyone in the middle of the field, they're dancing to the songs, to the dances of Fortnite, and that's also become an addiction as well. So here's the criteria. A preoccupation or obsession with internet games. It's preoccupation. That's just an enjoyment. It's a preoccupation or obsession. Withdrawal symptoms when not playing. Just like someone has withdrawal symptoms from drugs, here too. A tolerance of game. A person needs to spend more time playing to be satisfied. It used to be 15 minutes was enough. Now 20. Now 30. That's called withdrawal. That's called tolerance, meaning just you need more and more. At least one failed attempt to stop or cut back on playing games. So now I'm going to stop it. And no, you can't. You can't stop it. A loss of interest in other life activities. This is it. The person just focused on that. Overuse of digital games despite realizing the impairment they have caused. I know it's damaging my performance at work, my family, and everything. I just can't. Can't stop. Lying to others about game usage. We're getting into the deceit world, the world of deceit. Using gaming to escape or relieve anxiety or guilt. And relationships have been lost or risked because of gaming. So a person has 5 of these, that is defined as an addiction, as a disease. And just to finish off, imaging studies have found the urge to play video games activates the same brain regions that light up when compulsive gamblers or those addicted to illicit drugs ponder the process of gambling with drug use. So when a druggie is thinking and fantasizing about the drugs, the activation of the brain, that's similar to someone who's addicted to the games. Someone who's into alcohol, figure out his next drink. Some researchers assume the game might share some same neurobiological mechanisms, pathological gambling, and substance dependence. There you have it. World Health Organization is warning. So we, as parents, as children, siblings, teachers, we should be so aware of it. Someone wants to go ahead and have some, quote, fun, watching video games, even if it's just a few minutes and never leads to addiction, someone should really think that through. Is that good education? Is that something that person should be involved in at all? Something to look into. But when it starts getting to be more than that, we have to realize we may cross the threshold of a taiva and move to an addiction. And once you move to an addiction, it's horror. Horror. It's a disaster. It takes over one's life. They can't function normally. And in the proper physical way, psychological way, and most of all, it takes away his spiritual functioning as well. Yetz Hashem, this information should be helpful to all of us.